All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. It's Pastor Dowell. So I think it's time for us to have a little discussion here about the upcoming 2020 presidential election. The left is really pushing hard Kamala Harris, but they're having a serious issue. They're having a serious issue, and they're having serious troubles because Starbucks CEO Howard Schultz has done threw in his hat. And rather than running as a Democrat, he's running as an independent. There's a lot of things that are going on in this world right now. A lot of things that are going on in the United States of America. And if I never had the opportunity to live outside of America, because I lived in Germany for 3 years. If I never had an opportunity to live outside of America and then travel many places in this world, then I could understand and comprehend the Democratic, liberal, leftist point of view and perspective as far as voting, Medicare, Medicaid, and what they consider to be socialism or socialized, whatever you want to call it. I can also see the same things that are going on equally with the Republicans. What's disturbing is that nobody, either on either side, if you go to Fox News, you get far right. You go to the Democrats, you get far left. You get to the independents. And then you're stuck with people who is pretty much going to vote their conscience, who's either going to lean, they're going to lean either left or right. Some may stay independent, but independent is really not the middle ground. So what is? Nothing is, tell you the truth. But, on the ticket right now, one of the big things is socialized medicine. And they're worrying about that if the United States of America socialized medicine, that there's going to be less doctors. Because the doctors are not going to receive the pay. Many people are going to start retiring. Then the healthcare system is going to fail. There's going to be no money for it. So you're going to have a whole country full of sickness and a whole country full of diseases. Of course, hey, that's their ticket. Of course, my opinion is if you start eating more live food rather than dead food, if you start eating more food that the Bible says and forget about what religion says, because the Christian diet it's just not the way. It's just not the way because it's mostly not consistent of live food. That's my own personal opinion, though. But if you eat more live food, you could probably stop a lot of this sickness and disease that are going on. Just a personal opinion. But you think about this for a second. There did not seem to be nothing wrong with socialized medicine, at least when I lived in Germany, because when my wife was working in one of the factories over there, you know what the Germans do that Americans does not do and other countries do, industrialized countries in the world do? Whenever their families have a baby, the woman automatically gets anywhere between 6 months or a year of maternity leave. Hey, Sister Carol, come here for a second. I can't remember this, so I need some verification. You remember you worked in a German factory over there, right?
Yes, sir.
And when people were pregnant, they were out on maternity leave.
Yes, sir.
How much time did they get off?
They would get 6 months paid leave.
Paid leave.
Paid leave. And then I think the other half of the year, if they came back to work, their babysitting, their daycare would be paid for by the company.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. So, contrast that with the Germans and Americans. Now, let's look at this thing. Let's tally this thing up real quick. Carol worked at the factory, so she said they would get 6 months paid leave. Paid leave. What do we get over here in America? And over there in Germany, they have socialized medicine, meaning anybody can walk into any medical facility, anybody can walk into any hospital and get care, and the country is not bankrupt like America. As a matter of fact, they're doing a whole lot better than we are. What's really truly going on? We're talking about experience here. We're talking about living outside of this country and being able to see things for the way it really truly is. And then Sister Carol turned around and she said, they even get paid daycare. Well, let's contrast with America. You be fortunate if you get 30 days off. And even if you get 30 days off, you may not even have a job when you come back, because check this out. You ain't getting no paid leave. You're not getting no paid leave for having a baby in this country. And not only that, guess what? If you had a corporate job, you may get 6 weeks off. And you may get paid for it. May or may not. But as soon as those 6 weeks over, Look for daycare, and guess what? Get ready to pay 1/3 of your check to child care where somebody else is going to be rearing it. So, right now, socialized medicine is not looking bad. And let me inform you what also is socialized medicine in the United States of America that Fox News continues to keep cramming it down the general population throat as if it's something evil. The military is socialized. Everybody gets equal health care. I know that. I did 10 years in there. The fire department, police departments, your government, the president, the senators, the Congress, House of Representatives, all of them, they get socialized health care. It's never brought up about them having any evils or ills, isn't it? See, it's mental gymnastics. Now, on the flip side, the Democrats, they want to take away your guns. Kamala Harris hates guns. She wants your guns. And I'm going to tell you right now, she's not going to get the black vote, because even on the black side of the fence, people are already saying no. Now, I mean, they ain't going for this. Her record, her voting record is atrocious. It's bad. It's off of the chain. Not only that, they had Howard Schultz on The View. The View. And you know what they were doing? They were actually attacking him for running independent because they feared that it may take votes away from the Democratic Party in order to give them to Trump and guarantee him a 2-20 win. Of course, his philosophy was totally different, because him and Mayor Bloomberg have both descended. They realized that the left has not only gone left, but they gone left. They are gone out of the park. And so now you've got people rising up trying to establish what they call American independence. I don't like the word free in this country. They tell us that we're free, but you're really truly not free. When you really truly tally everything up and you look at it for what it is. So, you know, when you sing this song, I'm proud to be an American, well, at least I know I'm free. And mind you, I met Lee Greenwood. I met him on a few occasions. You ain't free. You're only as free as they tell you you're free. Let me give you freedom. Way back in the 1800s, if two men had a squabble or a quarrel with each other, you know how they would settle it? They'd go out in the front street. They have a draw, and somebody would die, get buried. And the sheriff would say nothing about it. You know why? Because then, when they handled disputes, they didn't need a court system like that. They had true sovereignty. They settled matters, and they took it in their own hands. Were they less intelligent than we are today because they didn't have automobiles and electricity, iPhones, iPads, computers, Xboxes, PlayStations, movie theaters? Things seem to be a whole lot better then. Seem to be, you know, when you look at it on hindsight. But Kamala Harris, the Democrats need to go get somebody else, because it ain't going to fly. It simply is not going to fly. Her voting record is atrocious. Her relationships with downtown Willie Brown and a couple other things that has gone on, which I care not to mention. And mind you, if you're running for politics, you might as well get ready for mudslinging. Because as soon as you put your hat and your bid in for being a politician, especially running for the highest office in the land, the President of the United States of America, you're getting ready to see a mudslinging like never before. But anyway, what does mudslinging even mean nowadays? I mean, can we in America really truly say that we have a moral high ground superior to all other nations? I'm not under illusion. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. People tell me I drink the Kool-Aid simply because I choose to keep the commandments. And then they tell me I'm a cult because I follow what the Bible says. So I would rather have disparaging comments made like that to me and be in proper order with God and on his side than worry about the court of public opinion who ain't even following what the book says, but follow the morality of the United States of America and the Supreme Court and the judicial system down here. You be the choice. You be the judge. But I tell you what, it looks like President Trump is going to get ready to go another 8 years if this keeps up. And of course, hey, makes no difference to me. Why you say that, Pastor Dowell? You remember Barack Hussein Obama? He ran, oh yeah, change. Oh yeah, and I said change you can't believe in. All right. What kind of effect did Barack Hussein Obama as president have upon the black family? Are you still in more poverty? Have you come up out of that? It's politics. It's politics. Don't take it personally. It's just politics. So there's dirt to be had on both sides. You make the choice and decision. After all, you are the general public.